G'day and welcome to the first video from Kangaroo Valley Harvest. So, a bit of a rundown on what we're doing here. My wife and I, Jane, and our two kids, there's Lawson and Georgie. Lawson's 3 and Georgie's 5. He said he's 4. Are you 4?
Yeah.
Okay, he's 4, he's 3. I've moved from Sydney for a better life, just to slow down, sold the house, quit the job, and have decided to start a market garden business down here, growing all sorts of stuff. So we have no idea how to do that, but we'll work it out as we go, no dramas. So anyway, that's what we're doing. The fact of the matter is that Sydney prices were going nuts, property, so we thought we'd cash in, sell our property, move down here. The house prices are half as expensive. We don't need too much money down here. I don't want to be the richest guy in the cemetery, as they say. I'm happy with the life we've got, and we wanted to just come down and have a nice life down here, easy family focused life, nice life for the kids and ourselves. So anyway, we bought this property. It's 1.1 acres. Loss loves it. And I'll give you a bit of a rundown. Now these videos are mainly for me, so to remember how it looked when we started. So feel free to subscribe and follow our journey, but this is basically just so I can remember what we've done. But anyway, hopefully it's been interesting as well. So first of all, here we have the chook pen. So we'll get some chickens next week. Hopefully, I've just planted some alfalfa and some bits and pieces in there. So they've got something to munch on when they get here. This is Lawson showing off on the swings. And then when we got here, there was already this veggie patch already in place, which had some veggies in there. So as we look through here, we've got what do we got down here? So we've got some cos lettuce, some kale, rhubarb, rocket, radishes, parsley, carrots, spring onions, celery down the back. What else? Some radicchio, chives, sage, and other bits and pieces. Some Asian greens down there. So all this stuff is just duck my head a little bit there. All this stuff is really just for us to eat, and really for us to trial and work out how to grow things, what grows well. But again, as I said, we don't really know what's how to do all this. But have a look at those trees. Like, these are beautiful, tall ghost gums that are, I think, in the background. So we're just working it out as we go, really. Then also when we're here, we've got banana trees, which we won't get bananas here, but limes, lemonades. What else have we got? Apple tree, lemon tree up the back. We've planted a finger lime. We've got nectarines. We've got oranges. We've got mandarins. So I think this is a plum tree, I think. So anyway, this back area is basically little veggie patch for us and to trial some stuff, but also our sort of living area. And if you go out the front of the house, in the front yard, this is where we're going to plant all the veggie beds. So we're going to go through this gate, and then so we're around the side of the house now, and we've been told that we've got a wombat under the house, which is quite cool, I think, as long as they don't wreck the foundation. So he's burrowed in. Oh, hey, Laws, that's not a wombat. He's burrowed in under there. Well, we thought it was a boy. The old owner told us his name was Ivan, but we've since renamed it Isla because we saw it with a little baby Joey, I think they're called, jumping all over it a few nights ago. So it's Isla, and Olivia is the baby, isn't it, buddy?
Dad?
Hang on, mate. And then so we're also going to do some mushrooms. So I've just today bought this little greenhouse, and Lawson and I put it together, and we're just going to have a crack at growing a small amount of mushrooms to start with, and if that works, expand that, because no one down here is selling mushrooms really. So anyway, this is the front yard, and so all this area will be planted out with veggies. Excuse my bald head. Will be planted out with veggies in the near future. Look at that beautiful escarpment in the background. So where those orange flags are, if you can see them, is where the veggie patch will be. So it'll start over near that shed, near that gazebo, go over to there, that orange flag there, and down. It's a square 15 metres by 15 metres, and that will be filled with all sorts of stuff in the coming months. All we've really done so far is I've cut down that tree and some other trees over there, and I'll trim down a few more tomorrow with a chainsaw, get rid of those, just so we've got some sunlight. And then the bobcat's coming tomorrow to level this out, pull out that stump, remove the grass, and then we can start to form some beds. So that's where we're at. All of it we're just sort of learning on the fly. But yeah, and possibly in the future, over the other side of the driveway, we'll be planting some perennial stuff. So, or easy to sort of set and forget stuff, potatoes, sweet potatoes, corn, who knows. But anyway, that's where we're at the moment. It's the middle of June at the moment, winter solstice, funnily enough, shortest day of the year, thankfully, but still beautiful. I'm in t-shirt and shorts, so we've had an awesome winter so far, and yes, that's where we're at. So anyway, as I said, these videos are mainly for me. If you're interested in subscribing, subscribe, that's cool. And I'd love for you to come on the journey and watch all the mistakes we make. But anyway, that's all part of it, I suppose. But anyway, thanks very much. Video number 1 done. And I'll give you another update very soon. See you later.